Hi there, I'm Brandy Lloyd, and you are listening to the Restore Path podcast, a place for women over 40 who want to feel good, look good, and do good in the world, and not be burdened with chronic pain and fatigue. Today, I'm answering the very popular question, is there a safe supplement that can help speed up my weight loss? Well, the news is good. Yes, there is. Did you know that there is a supplement that can not only help you lose weight by encouraging fat burning, but it can also improve your gut health as well as your blood sugar metabolism and even lower your triglycerides, among some other cool things? I did want to cut in here and also say that this is not a stimulant. The herb that we will be talking about today won't leave you with heart palpitations and feeling restless or like you had 100 cups of coffee. I just wanted to interject that because this isn't an herbal stimulant. Now, this powerful supplement is called berberine, B-E-R-B-E-R-I-N-E, berberine. It's known to many as the exercise pill. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not sharing with you a shortcut. You and I both know that there are no shortcuts to wellness nor longevity. Eating a healthy diet that is nutrient dense, full of healthy fats, quality proteins, rich in vitamins and minerals, having good sleep and stress management and spending time in nature, right? All those things are vital to not only restoring your health, but also are required for longevity. That's what we're all really pushing towards, right? Living well now and living long. And no pill, including supplements, are going to replace your healthy diet, exercise, good sleep, fresh air, and good company, for example. That means the opposite is true too. An unhealthy diet, no exercise or too much exercise, poor sleep, and hanging around toxic people and using toxic products, no supplement is going to be able to pull you out of that hole that you're in either. Supplements are supplemental, meaning in addition to. So berberine is a great supplement or addition to a healthy lifestyle that can get you closer to your goals and in some cases, in many cases, a lot faster than if you weren't using berberine. Now, berberine has been dubbed the exercise pill because of its ability to produce biological or physiological effects that are very similar to those that occur during exercise. So berberine is actually grown in Asia, and it's been used for centuries, maybe even thousands of years in ancient medicine or what we would call today alternative medicine. It's been a big player, an important part of both Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. So it's known to work in multiple ways in the body and in the mind, and it's actually able to make the changes within the cells themselves. To me, that is just absolutely crazy whenever something can actually encourage a cellular change. Now, there have been many studies done on this incredible supplement. I'm just going to keep calling it a supplement, but it's hard to find in food. You just can't just eat a hunk of berberine, right? So, which is why we use it as a nutritional supplement, which is why we have it in these concentrated little capsules. But research suggests that it can help treat diabetes, obesity, inflammation, gut issues, and even high cholesterol and triglycerides. And it even is very helpful for people with heart problems. And you may be asking, well, the big question here is about fat loss. Well, let me tell you, we have more than one type of fat in our bodies. We have white fat, and white fat is found all over your body, on your belly, your arms, your thighs, your hips, anywhere else that flaps or that you can kind of squish around. And when you have excess white fat, we call it visceral fat. That's the stuff that nestles in and around your organs. And visceral fat is very, very dangerous. And as a matter of fact, it is associated with both diabetes and heart disease. But there's another type of fat, which is called brown fat. Brown fat is actually beneficial or good for us, just like you have beneficial bacteria. So it's not like we don't want any bacteria. We actually have beneficial bacteria, and we have some beneficial fat, good for you fat, and that's brown fat. Now, brown fat can actually help your body burn and not necessarily store extra calories. And we find brown fat typically in your upper back and in your neck. So studies show that obese people or overweight people don't have as much brown fat on their bodies as lean people do. So the real question is, how do we make more of the brown fat? Because we do want more of that brown fat, because brown fat is helping your body burn extra calories. This is where berberine really shines. Berberine actually enhances the activity in brown fat. That means the brown fat that you do have, it's going to be like ramped up or revved up. This helps generate more heat that burns more calories. So not only does berberine help burn existing fat in your body, which is like a great thing, it also helps manage our genes to have a positive effect on calorie burning in general, just across the board. It's a genetic influencer. So this helps us not gain so much weight in the first place, as well as fighting the insulin resistance, which is a major factor when it comes to weight gain. Oh, absolutely love this. So there is one interesting study that had people taking, I don't know all the parameters here, how long they took it, their ages, or, how many were male or female or menopausal or, reproductive years. I don't have all of that information in front of me right now, but I do know that in this one particular study, they basically had people taking berberine supplements 3 times a day. They didn't change anything else. They didn't change their diet. They didn't change their exercise. They didn't change their sleep schedule. They didn't do anything. They just said, here, take berberine supplements 3 times a day. And across the board, the people lost an average of 5 pounds. Now, I don't know if this was in a month or 2 months or whatever, but I would bet that you would agree that the loss of excess weight of any kind is a good thing. Now, I know that 5 pounds doesn't seem like a ton of weight, but over time and with proper nutrition and proper sleep and detoxification and hydration and stress management, and of course the appropriate exercise for your age, your season in life, and even your gender, all of this can really help. Berberine can be a nice additional player on the team, right? This study that I was talking about, they didn't ask anybody to adjust anything else in their life. They just took berberine 3 times a day, and across the board, they saw an average of a 5-pound weight loss. The people just lived the way they lived and took the supplement for a set amount of time. So imagine how helpful this could be for someone who is actually willing to put it all together. The 7 pillars of wellness: rest, eat, sleep, tribe, opening up, repair, and exercise. What if you added a little bit of berberine to that? Now, like most people, I do like short-term challenges and I like kickstarts. They help generate momentum. It really gets the ball rolling. In my experience, not only as a woman myself, but working with many women of different ages, shapes, and sizes, women will tend to stick with their dietary or lifestyle changes if they can actually see some good changes and results. Need to see, okay, I'm putting in all of this effort, I'm putting all of this sacrifice in, or I'm investing in supplements, or I've kind of changed my schedule or whatever. I kind of want to see the scale move, or I want to feel more energy, or I want to have less body pain. They need to have something. We take pictures, we take measurements, we do different things because we really want evidence. And I mean, are you with me on that? Evidence. And that's one of the reasons why I like, once we have been through the food logging and we've changed a lot of things, if a woman is still struggling with a little extra weight, this is where I like to encourage them to, hey, let's try out some berberine, right? Let's just try it out. Maybe you're somebody that's still dealing with cravings, or we just really can't get your blood sugar to just stay in the right areas, or, in the right parameters. And the thing is that, berberine, when you're using it, it's just not about making you a better fat burner. Like I mentioned before, it also helps with your digestion and your gut flora. I mentioned beneficial bacteria. Yeah, it actually helps with that. And we do know that the healthier your gut, the healthier your entire mind and your entire body. So berberine, the way it influences that element of your wellness is that it helps eradicate pathogenic bacteria or the bad bugs. So it's helping with your mind. It's helping you stay the course. It's helping with kind of the emotional end. Many of you have read like Your Gut, Your Second Brain, or you understand or are beginning to understand and appreciate the whole connection along the vagus nerve between your gut and your brain, and how that influences our anxiety or depression, or even just our emotions in general. When our digestive system is screwed up, how that affects our mind, and when our mental health is really struggling, how that affects our digestive health. And this is where berberine can kind of come in and fill in the gaps, little things that you're maybe still struggling with, cravings or little extra weight, or just some emotional dots that need to be connected. Let me tell you about another study. A study published in the journal named Metabolism showed that berberine worked well in managing blood sugar and lipid metabolism. That's glucose and fat. So your blood sugar and your fat metabolism. It actually showed that berberine worked as effectively as prescription drugs like metformin and statins. That's incredible. The real interesting part of that is that berberine only reduced blood sugar levels when blood sugar was elevated. Incredible. So if your blood sugar is normal, or maybe on the low end of normal, but it's still within a healthy parameter, just by taking berberine, it didn't drop you too low. If your blood sugar wasn't elevated, it didn't change anything and let your body just be where it should be. That's what I find so incredible about it. And my big question is, why isn't this a first line of defense immediately after prescribing a low glycemic diet and proper exercise? Two things that are incredibly effective in reversing, yeah, I said that, reversing diabetes. Well, I may sound a little bit like a conspiracy theorist here, but I think it's because more money is made off of illness rather than wellness. I just think that's true. I think that big pharma would much rather have us buying their pharmaceuticals. So if you disagree, you disagree. But it's just that I think that we are empowered and we get to make these choices, and it doesn't cost you anything to live a healthy diet, live a healthy lifestyle, including a healthy diet. And in today's times, that doesn't seem to be like the way the world wants us to go. I mean, we are customers, we are consumers. They want us to consume their things that they're selling, and pharmaceuticals are, one of the biggest sellers. Now, the fact that berberine has been shown to reduce cholesterol and triglyceride levels without the side effects of statins is just jaw-dropping to me. I mean, that is such a better treatment for inappropriate or unsafe cholesterol levels. And one little extra bonus about berberine is that it can reduce inflammation in the lungs, especially in the case of injury due to smoking. So my dad has smoked since he was like 12 years old, and he's tried to quit smoking, and he's been through all the things. I think he's tried acupuncture. I don't know if he's tried hypnosis, but he's tried patches. He tried vaping, for a while, or just like quitting smoking or whatever. And this is, one struggle, this type of addiction, that it's very difficult for me to wrap my brain around it. But if there's a way to help reduce some of that inflammation in the lungs for a smoker, I'm all about it, because, some people, they just can't quit for whatever the reason is. And it's the inflammation that is at the very root of heart disease, diabetes, brain diseases, cancer, and many other chronic illnesses. So anytime I discover a way to lower inflammation, girl, I share it. So berberine has also been found to inhibit the growth of bacterial infections such as Staphylococcus aureus. I never know if I'm actually saying that right, but S. aureus can cause many health problems such as sepsis, pneumonia, meningitis, and a whole host of skin conditions. What's even more interesting that one study found that berberine even has the ability to damage the DNA and protein of certain bacteria. Oh, absolutely incredible. So during this time of, a respiratorily, is that how we're going to say it? Respiratorily acquired virus, like the coronavirus, then I would think that this information is wonderful to have in your back pocket. Maybe adding a little bit of berberine to your day would be a great idea. I'm telling you what, after I did my research on this, there were a lot of things I knew about berberine when it comes to like gut health and inflammation in general, and of course the fat burning, but I didn't realize the impact that berberine has on lung tissue. So I'm actually considering ordering some for myself and like just making it for the time being a part of my daily protocol. Absolutely love it. So if you would like to make this part of your daily protocol, how much should you take if you're going to try this out? Well, the recommendation is 3 500 milligram doses a day, which is what they used in that study that I mentioned for the weight loss. This will help to keep your blood sugar levels stable and to also make sure that you take this dosage with meals. Now, the only side effect that I can really find is that some people get a little bit of stomach discomfort, maybe a little digestion, maybe a little stomach ache. And so taking it with meals is very helpful. And unless you're working with like a functional medical doctor or an herbal specialist, I really wouldn't recommend exceeding that 1,500 milligrams per day. So they typically are going to come in 500 milligram doses. So if you're doing that, with your 3 meals, you should be good. I always recommend maybe starting with a low dosage and working up. This allows you to watch for some side effects and then just gradually increase your dose to the 500 milligrams per day, maybe over the course of a week. Try it. Maybe just have it 1 time a day, see how you do that for a day or 2, then move on to 2 times a day and so forth. Most studies show that people tolerate berberine very well, but like I said, some stomach upset, maybe some constipation, diarrhea, or even headaches can occur. So just be on the lookout there. And don't try it with any foods that aren't already a normal part of your diet. That way you have a real clear baseline to say, yeah, this is the one new thing that I'm adding here. And of course, a little disclaimer, as with anything and everything that you hear on this podcast or on the internet or anything in general, make sure that if you're working with a physician that, you do talk to your doctor about this, especially if you're taking blood sugar regulating medications or statins, or if you're pregnant or nursing is always a good general rule. And, I just really wouldn't use berberine without the approval of your doctor if you're on any kind of medications. And there just isn't enough study when it comes to certain segments of the population, and that definitely applies to pregnant mothers or mothers nursing babies. Sometimes they just really don't put a lot of studies, into that. Long story short, berberine is definitely considered a safe supplement. It is a wonderful natural supplement. Always go with good quality. There's you can say, well, what brands? I know a professional line. I don't support buying really vitamins usually from like Costco or the grocery store or GNC. I say, go into a health food store and maybe work with them. They at least have conversations and relationships with representatives, and they're really going the extra mile and trying to buy products that are toxin free. My clients definitely go to my website, and you can as well. And you can get like a 20% discount that I offer because my dispensary, I make it public and I don't just keep it just for my clients and my students. So you can go on there. I use Full Script, and they have a variety of different lines of supplements. I think Pure Brand is one that has a great berberine supplement, and there's many others out there. But the long story short is that berberine is a wonderful natural supplement, and it's been proven to not only help people lose weight, but also to balance and restore proper blood sugar levels and your cholesterol levels in in the case of triglycerides. And of course, all of this reduces inflammation, which reduces your risk of, heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. So I do hope that you found this information helpful. And I would love to know if berberine is already a part of your daily dose of goodness, or if you're going to try it out. And let me know if you try it out, and if it did help you lose a little weight, or if you just recently had labs done and you want to take a look at those labs, your fasting glucose levels, how does that look after you've been using berberine, or how does your lipid panel look after you've been using berberine? And with most things, when it comes to blood work, it takes a while to change lab values, especially when it's inflammatory markers and different things. So I would look at definitely maybe like 6 months out from your last set of labs for you to get a real good picture. So again, thank you so much. My name is Brandy Lloyd, and I am so excited and so blessed to have this time with you. Please share it. This is my purpose and my passion, and that the Lord has put on my heart. And for those of you that don't know, I do have lupus, and I have an inflammatory arthritis. Both are rheumatic diseases. And changing my diet and making targeted supplements a daily part of my life, and spending time in nature, and even cutting different relationships that were more on the toxic side for me, changing the hours that I work, and just really focusing differently on wellness. And believe it or not, exercising less, I was overdoing it, has made just an incredible change in my life. And I could take all that into myself and just share it, with my clients. But, I feel like good information is worthy of sharing around the world. And so I hope that you feel the same. You can learn more about me by visiting thepathforhealth.com. You can also join a private Facebook group that I have for women over 40, restoring our health and wellness. And please come see us there. You can also find me, Brandy Lloyd, on the Path for Health. That's with an I and one L in Brandy Lloyd. Brandy with an I and Lloyd with one L. Brandy on the Path for Health over at Instagram. And you know what? I do this for you. This is important for us to be well educated so that we can make the best choices for our own health and longevity. And I pray you have a wonderful day. God bless.